Some books I loved, actually Todd recommended most of them to me. A Short History of Nearly Everything, which is kind of a science book made easy or interesting. It's really fascinating. Grapes of Wrath, The Secret Knowledge of Water by a guy named Craig Childs. Did some work for Coca-Cola doing their annual report, which was a really a tough project and a very demanding client, and so there was I think there's been some satisfaction about being able to work at a pretty high level. Sort of being sent back to the drawing board early in my career by some really tough clients, and just kind of being, embarrassingly enough to say, essentially on the edge of tears. I do not know how to get these people happy. I do not know how to make this right. There was a sign on the Brimhall building at BYU and it's funny, I don't know that I always follow this, but to me it's actually one of the pieces of advice I've always remembered. It was just on this plaque, a quote by, among other quotes by George Brimhall, and who I know almost nothing about. But the quote was, "If you avoid difficult things, great things will avoid you." I wanted to be an archaeologist first, but then I found out that you hardly ever find anything, and you have to spend a lot of time on your hands and knees in the desert with a toothbrush, and that sounded too boring. And then I wanted to be an architect, but I'm not very good at math, and so I decided I wanted to be in advertising. And I think in high school, sort of figured that out, that I like to make people laugh, and I like design, and this seemed to be a place you could maybe do both. I don't know, I might go to Thailand or Vietnam or something like that, and just go eat stuff. Walk around the little markets and things like that. I think Europe is where we need to go next. Tracy and I have been married for a long time and have never been there, so that's what I think we'll do. But man, I just kind of think it's a shame that you can live on this planet for a long time, but and you can only see all these other places in pictures, and I kind of think you should see these places personally as much as you can. I do like Instagram because I love photography. Curious, I think, more than any others. Sometimes I wonder, when we canonize that kind of DNA, I wonder why everyone didn't turn to me and say, "Why are you here?" But it's funny. I'm not one for platitudes. You're right. I don't love those things necessarily on my wall, but I probably believe in them more than you'd think. I'm probably kind of changing my mind about some of those things. But I think for me, curiosity is the most fitting. And I'm actually more competitive than I'd admit. I'm competitive in my own way. Fun depends on the day. I usually think of myself as no damn fun, but maybe sometimes.